Hi, I'm Lieutenant Cleveland with the Department of Animal Services in the County of San Diego, and I'm here to show you how to properly use a catch-pole so that you don't get hurt and the animal doesn't get hurt. So the first thing that we need to talk about is how to properly care for your catch-pole. The way it's stored, you always want to store it with the loop just slightly curved. On this end, this goes into this hole right here so that this isn't flinging all over the place. You don't ever want your wire to get kinked on this end or on this end. If it gets kinked, it will not work properly, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit. So when you store it, you're going to slide this right into this hole right here, just like that. Then when you go to use it, you're going to pull this out. You're going to grab this knob on the end and you pull it out. But as you pull it out, you want to make sure that this doesn't fling up and hit you in the face, because this can hurt you. So you're going to use your baby finger to guide it. So you just pull it out, and then this end opens up. So again, to close it, you're going to pull this back, and that tightens it down around the animal's neck. Pull it out a little bit, and it opens it up. This is a used pole, and on this pole you will see that the wire has been kinked. It became kinked a couple of different ways. First off, dogs grab onto these things and chew them. The other reason is that somebody didn't store it like this. If you store it like this, it gets hung and it will kink up here. When they get kinked, they will not tighten down and they don't come loose. So you can get yourself into trouble. So you want to make sure that if the wire ever gets kinked, you get it replaced and get it fixed. You'll also notice that there's a lot of bite marks on the edge here, on the end here. This is rubber, and dogs will bite this, and sometimes when they're biting it, they will bite their lip and they will bleed. Don't worry about that. That's just one of those things that happens. We can't prevent them from biting this. It's designed for them to bite this so that they don't bite you. Okay, so we have this unruly dog here, and basically what the catch pole is, it is a leash with a solid portion in between, which creates a buffer between the unruly dog and myself so that we can both get from point A to point B safely, and the animal is not hurt. Okay, so we have this unruly dog. So we are going to, we have to catch the dog. So we're going to open this up as much as we can. And the easiest way to get the dog is to go from underneath and then up above. If you try to get the dog from the top, what they do is they duck their head and they can avoid it more easily. And also, this is more in the wrong position for you to cinch it down. So the best way to do it is to get it from underneath, and now you have it on top, and you're going to cinch this down, but only enough to where you have control. You don't want to cinch it down to where you're choking the dog. You should be able to get like 2 fingers underneath, so that the dog doesn't feel too confined and he doesn't panic. This way, all you're doing is controlling the dog. Now, when you walk with the dog on the end of a catch pole, it's the same as if you have him on a leash. You don't want to be in front pulling him along like this, and you don't want him to be in front of you where you're pushing him like this. You're just walking the dog, and a lot of times it works just to have them right next to you, not so close that they can bite you, just enough to where you have control over the dog. Okay? So, another thing that you need to think about when you have him on the end of the catch pole is you want to make sure that if he moves in such a way like this, if you notice, the catch pole is now twisting. So you need to make sure that you move around so that you can untwist that. If you begin to twist it, the dog moves in such a way that the catch pole is like this, and you keep moving like this, the dog can get pinched and he can get choked out. So you always want to walk with the dog. If the dog isn't walking with you in a straight line, many times you can, and the dog will want to walk around you. As long as you're moving in the direction that you want to go, you can do that however you want to. So walking in circles, moving in the general direction, will get you there the same way. Okay, so a couple other things you need to think about when you have the dog in the end of the catch pole is the placement of this on the dog. You don't want it down here because it can loosen up and then the dog can pull out of it. You want to make sure that you have this as high as possible, basically just behind the ears, so that you have control over the dog. Now, some dogs have not ever been on a leash. So when they have a catch pole put on them, they do what we call an alligator roll. That's where they drop to the ground and they start rolling in circles. It's very difficult to stop a dog from doing that because they're basically frightened and scared. So the best thing that you can do is just to stop, maybe loosen this up just a little bit so that they don't feel so confined, and talk to the dog and see if you can't get him to stop and calm down a minute before you move on. But if he continues to do it, just finish doing your business and get the dog where you're going as quickly as possible and as safely as possible for both you and the dog. Okay, so now we're going to put all of these things that we talked about together. And today we have Missy. Hi Missy, come here Missy. Missy's a nice little dog that we have here at the shelter, and she's running for the door. And I'm going to show you how to use the catch pole as safely as possible with Missy. Hey Missy. So we got some tricks to get Missy's attention. Normally you wouldn't have to do this. Most aggressive dogs, the dogs that you're going after with a catch pole, are going to be like in a corner barking and growling at you. Oh, we lost her attention. Missy. So we're going to place this on Missy. Hi Missy, come here. There you go, good dog. This is going to go up and underneath the neck. And as you can see, she backed up a little bit. And we cinch it down. Okay, not too tight. We don't want Missy to get upset. Now, we want to make sure that we don't twist this. We want to walk with Missy. Okay, Missy. Come here. Let's walk this way. Come on. Come on. Come on, Missy. And she's going to sit down, and dogs will do this. Missy, you're not helping at all. So as I walked around her, I turned the catch pole so that she would not get choked. And as you can see, then she got up and walked. So you do whatever you need to do in order to get their attention so that you can walk them. And sometimes that walking goes around in circles, although she's not going to do that. She's just walking straight with me. Come on. Let me go. Let's go again. Huh? Come on. There we go. See, so you get them going. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. She says no. There you go. So we went the other direction, and she walked the other direction for a little bit. So that's all we're going to do with her today, because she's a nice dog, and we don't want to get her upset. Now, many times when you have a dog on the end of a catch pole, or you have an aggressive dog in the corner, they're protecting something or they're upset, but once you get them on the catch pole, they calm down. You always want to use the least amount of force as possible. So once they're calmed down on the catch pole, what you want to do is have a leash, and you sit down and you talk to the dog. Go, hi sweetheart, you okay? And you talk to them, and if you can touch them and see that they've calmed down, just put a leash on them. And you can do that by just sliding this down here, putting that on top, and then releasing the catch pole. Just like that. And now I have a controlled dog at the end of a leash instead of a catch pole, which is less aggressive to the dog and easier and less force. So So I hope you've learned something today, and I hope that you will be safe with your catch pole. This is a lifeline for you. Make sure you take care of it and store it properly. Thank you.